the French Canadian Terminator. So if he gets, I'm thinking the trio of Fish, Louise, and if Gomez pulls up, we have ourselves a game. But I don't know. I'm wondering if that's a lot to ask on these maps.
It's like they have to show up though, because it's like, especially this first map on their map too as well. Like they need to show up and start the match in their favor if they're gonna get on his way.
Yes, interesting chat here. So classic. Are we surprised? Thatcher has been banned. Maybe we'll see less of that in the sneak patch. I don't know. But Thatcher has been banned for the 9,000th time. Moneyball, this is their map. They didn't get the first ban. That's going to be Ariel getting that ban on defense to start. Yes. Turn the brightness down.
See, I'm going to see like, so no ban Thatcher. Are we going to see probably a Kaid ban? Probably see a Maverick ban, I'm assuming, like usual? I think that's Maverick. I can't. No, it's Habana, actually. Habana ban.
Yeah, Habana. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Habana's been banned. Which, I guess on a map like this, we're talking about how the economy, the impact tricked economy is something I'm going to bring up a lot, I imagine, from Arial. They seem to know what they're doing, at least from the eye test. So they're probably going to be impact tricking a lot. And with the Habana banned, it kind of screws with things. It makes it a little bit more difficult, as speaking of the impacts, Malusi, one set of those impacts at least, is going to be a little more complicated to bring into your lineup with Malusi gone, especially.
Yeah, Melissa's been strong in all features of her gameplay, so it's not surprising to see her banned out. And yeah, no impact, no C4 from Melusi, no benches to deal with. Last ban, let's see if it's Valkyrie, let's see if it's maybe Maestro, Mura. No,
you're wrong.
Though. Wamai makes a lot of sense.
You did guess right. Yes,
nope, I guess right entirely.
Yeah, Wamai kind of equalizes the power of that Thatcher ban a little bit, so you're going to be able to operate and breach and clear without so much with all your devices getting snapped up. So yeah, I'm thinking, like I said, we're going to church and we're going to see a lot of impacts. We're going to be seeing that Kaid coming out here, deny, or rather make it difficult. I mean, obviously you've got the Maverick. It's not going to be the end of the world, but it's definitely going to make it a little more interesting because you're not going to be able to just do it as quickly, I suppose.
Yeah, especially with the change Habana gets next season too. Would be interesting to see how skyrocketed Habana bans will be after the change next season.
Definitely, and we're seeing a lot of frag grenades coming out for Moneyball. So, I mean, are we potentially going to see some Wamai ban abuse?
I would assume so. Yeah, they're in the Jaeger now, so if they can burn those ADSs and just start fragging out these players down, especially in blue as well, though. Blue is probably one place you'll see a lot of frag grenades go out. So I want to see that Jaeger. Domi's going to play behind the vent. How long will he survive with that many grenades?
Yeah, I'm thinking that blue's probably not even going to be... If they do play it, they're going to play it very loosely. I see Kool-Aid making that rotate. Someone might get blown to Zimbabwe here. We do actually see only 3 flashbangs, actually. So that might prove difficult to clear blue if that's the the end goal.
Unless they want to waste the concussions and the smokes from Ace or Louise / Milano.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take a lot of real estate to get blue. So we'll see what Moneyball decides to go for, as Kool-Aid is still tagged up as .woe, not .arial. What is this? Traitor?
Whoa.
Traitor? Yeah, he's not on Wichita Oblivion anymore. It's not a typo. He's just taking his time to change his name. So Whitlock going to be playing under that kitchen hatch with the impacts. We're not going to be seeing the roam game that we honestly see a lot of Clubhouse these days here in 2020. We don't see that. We don't see the Space Station game in Rome. We're going to be just seeing a traditional basement hold of a defense.
Yeah, it's like this is just a standard turtle hold. Just stick to your chest. Stick to the areas you need. The control will be dirt, be blue. Probably going to be someone sit Arsenal as well. Not a lot of there's only two C4s available too, so they have to get rid of that sledge playing kitchen. I'm assuming we're gonna see Gomez go towards soon enough. On top of that, Habana was unbanned until this map, which makes sense. It's Clubhouse. You haven't seen Clubhouse played just yet, and it makes sense to ban her on this map. So here we go to work. Kino, let's see how good he is with this blowtorch, how much he can use his torch effectively to get these hatches, whether it be this or kitchen.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of what I talked about with the Cade being up here. Kino is not phased by this. Some Mavericks that are shaking in their boots, would get electrocuted a little bit as he gets electrocuted. But Kino's just going to open it, no problem, no issue. I mean, so it's like the Cade doesn't really bring a lot in that regard. It's just kind of like, he did 5 HP of damage. Now, he has a C4, I guess, but his Dami is going to start this one off with a kill on Fish and Oil Put. I mean, they are actually pushing down blue here as the attackers, but without much of a utility clear. It looks like he just kind of went for it.
Yeah, it's surprising because we have the grenades, we have the ability to get rid of these ADSs, and yet really Fish just goes for a fight. I don't know if there maybe was a concussion or something that made him do it. And walking it through Moto, Kino just walks in, takes one, but Max is there at least a refrag as kind of surprising here. A lot of this push so far has been pretty quick. Whitlock gets another, Milano at least take out Max, and a lot of these fights are just happening really quickly in the round with a minute left to go. Another push into Oil, maybe Dami loses life to go, or Dami kick out Gomez, and now we're down to just Milano in a 1v3. Not much to his name now. A lot of his teammates kind of made these really one-sided pushes with no real utility being used behind these pushes. So he's going to pre-fire through the wall. I know he'll lose the gunner pre-firing through that same wall, and it'll be Error Rise take the first defense.
Yeah, that is very curious. Because I guess what the thing is, Moneyball's banned Malusi out. You looked at the defensive lineup. There was only two strips, if you will, of barbed wire. I imagine the Moneyball, the comms were no barb on Moto, I'm sending it. But that doesn't really explain the oil push, before, you flashbang out the Jaeger and deal with that. Honestly,
Yeah.
if my brain works correctly, I don't even know if they had unless he threw ace charges, like you said, or something like that, or smokes, which, kind of affects your execute. Not sure what they would have been able to clear that ADS. Obviously, probably going to triple ADS in blue. That's usually what people do, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
just not enough projectiles, so they just had to take the gunfight on him instantly.
I guess so. There was no shield there either anyway, too. It's kind of weird that they didn't try to concuss him or something like that either. I don't understand where the utility went to for that round.
It was definitely very forced. It's very forced.
Yeah, and then like Kino just walks through Moto by himself into sight. Like, sure, he got the kill, but he got refragged immediately, so I guess it kind of worked out.
Well, I guess it didn't, because it's 1-0 Arial right now, and they're going to cash.
Yeah.
Bringing the Cade again, and I think Cade's gonna have a lot more. He's gonna get more out of Cade on the garage walls, definitely, and obviously on the main platform, because he can, seems to know what he's doing. He's just going to pull out his torch and draw a line and open the wall. So even though there's like a mute jammer and all that good stuff on that wall, I don't think Moneyball's gonna have any trouble like getting plat. I think where they're really gonna have issues is whether they're able to get a three-headed attack going, whether they're gonna try to push through construction or actually push through garage and remove those electric walls.
Well, mine's not available, so garage shouldn't be as difficult to take with mine being off the board.
Definitely. I guess the question here is, are they gonna get the wall open? Depends on where Max put these electric walls, because you can put one in rafters where it's essentially very difficult to kill. And Kino's gonna, like I said, he's Mr. Reliable. He's gonna torch this thing open. It's already kind of open for him, so he needs to be a little careful, because this thing is gonna pop open when he mavs it, and he is going to be exposed. I wonder if anyone from Arial is gonna be see the bullets flying off the wall. Oh boy. There you go, Kino. The anxiety through the roof, but Kino's able to get the wall. So it looks like Swiss cheese before Louis Vert destroys it. But yeah, I guess the question now is, what is the second stage of this push here for Moneyball?
It looks like Fish takes some shots from Billiards. Looks like there's a player. Oh, it's Gunner. Gunner playing aggressive here, going for a peek onto Fish, going through garage. So it looks like, yeah, I talked before, it looks like maybe they're going through garage, but they do have to open these walls. And I said before, do they have electric claws on the garage walls? If so, it needs to be the Maverick of Kino, but does he have any gas to even open up garage?
He used a lot of gas, and I hope he got garage or something with that. So he used a lot. He used literally his entire canister. Yeah, he definitely, okay, there you go. We have a little hole, but it's a painful hole, and he's going to get electrocuted if he goes through that. So this is already looking a little irritating for Moneyball. Kino's actually worked his way through, taking a little bit of damage from that claw. Fish taking damage as well. And the Cade Max gonna start taking a gunfight. Dami going to find Kino, and Louis from the platform able to tray out Dami, but Dami at large here in the lounge looking for 3 trades, and it's just Fish and Louis left.
Just 2 left in a 2v3. That trade-outs aren't the best, but do they have control of garage now? Can they try and rotate this into a actual take? As it looks like they are taking the diffuser up those rafters. Fish has the diffuser. Louis on the balcony. Can they turn this into a window? It's a 2v3. All the rest of the players are on site. There's still 2 C4s available to Gunner and Kool-Aid. So if they go for a plant through this wall, it could easily be denied by the side of Arial. And so at this point now, Louise and Fish, should they just frag out this point, or should they actually try to go for a plant? He opens the wall with that breaching ground, so make sure that he can walk into servers. Shots coming with this, right up red stairs. Whitlock to finish off Louise. Fish is gonna crouch walk his way through, but one's to the left. It's a mute of Kool-Aid to finish him off, and Ever Rise will take the round 2 here on Clubhouse.
I mean, it was a melee there in Lounge. Unfortunately, did not go the way Moneyball. Just kind of the losers in the end of all those trades and all those blows. And yeah, I mean, he was able. I mean, that was kind of tough. I mean, you crouch walk through the Maverick hole, which I'm surprised they did in the first place. They were able to get away with it, but then Dami was Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot.
I mean, and you know, I keep calling Louis because I think I'm looking at Louis Vert like Louis Vuitton. Like you should just say it like that. But he's literally breaking my brain. Like this, I'm short circuiting. So it's Louise.
Louise.
Not Louis.
No.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But Aerial Rise going to that third side now, Jim. They're gonna be holding up in cash, and honestly, Moneyball. I mean, we talked about it pregame. Do they have the coordination to work through these defenses that are obviously just really complex and thought out?
Yeah, that's the question too, because we talked about like Moneyball weren't the most coordinated during the, even though they won last week, they weren't the most coordinated on the attacks on their play last week. So it's kind of interesting to see they pick Clubhouse all maps to bring them to.
I mean, Moneyball, I mean, it can be described. It was very, what do I say? It was very ghetto the way they won. It wasn't like, intricate strategies, like anything like that. It was just kind of like, we better than them. We kill them. The other team was unable. They didn't have the strategies to glow up. That is, glow up didn't have the strategies to kind of keep up, and they didn't really have, I guess, the gun skill in the end to keep up. Aerial Rise is a different question. Aerial is clearly held up here in cash, and the question is, are they ready for a rapid Ash push from Fish again? I mean, he's tried this just about every round. It's been a very explosive Ash, I guess, an Ash push from somewhere.
Yeah, Fish tried an oil pit the first round. He tried pushing the garage. He wasn't able to stay alive that second round, though. But unfortunately, let's see if that pushes through. He pre-fires right at the doorway into construction. One player was there, but no backup for getting shot in the face. And the big thing here is, can they get rid of the mute chargers that are on this wall and also the electric claws? So there's both the mute jammers and electric claws denying the push into cash, and they'll have to deal with that first, whether it be through going below or throwing a frag grenade over the wall or what, because otherwise they're going to sit here. And I think also Whitlock has impact trick too, or impact on his mind, so he can impact trick. So I don't know if they can get there into cash through the walls.
And Milano obviously concerned about his flank as well. I'm thinking Fish just launched an Ash charge at the top of the wall, thinking that was probably good enough. I imagine a grenade is going to come in. This is the one thing about Moneyball. They've been bringing a lot of grenades, so I imagine as an Ash charge just blows up Max, who gets RPG'd. That's a good start at least, but he looks like he's going to be able to drop to safety as Luis is dominated by Dami on the window. Whitlock finished off in cash, and finally Moneyball getting something going here.
Yep, Max will at least get picked up, but there's another kill for Kino, so they're making this work. They actually pushed through into, they got the kill in bathroom actually too, because they got that wall open while we were looking, and they would make a line into bathroom, so that bathroom player has been denied. Can they push the way into bathroom? There's another player on site, it's Kool-Aid, who's going to try to hold down while the rest of his players come back to site. Right now he's all by himself. Gomez taking a bit of damage too, and there it is. Kool-Aid trying to use that option. He's one. He'll take that kill on the Kino. Great shots. He'll deny the Maverick from opening up in the bathroom. So now Gomez has to find his way, or at least he just look through the walls made by Kino, see if he can find Kool-Aid. He's dipping back and forth. He's one in the hallway. He'll not look anymore because he doesn't want to take that fight. Another player on the main stairs. Fish takes out Max. Now it's coming down to Fish on site now. Can they make this plan happen? Looks like there's Milano going around behind him. Gomez is killing the dummy. Kool-Aid by himself in a 1v3. Downs one. Milano, though, is getting that plant down. It's going to be completed. So now he's doing 1v2 post-plant, but no, it's Milano. He'll finish off Kool-Aid, and Moneyball will take the first attacking round on here on Clubhouse.
Yeah, that was definitely, I mean, Fish had a LeBron moment. Just Ash charging the guy. I can't imagine what Max is probably thinking. He probably didn't hear the burrowing because of, in the hectic commotion, or he probably could have never imagined that someone was going to launch an RPG at him at 4:26 p.m.
4:26.
But I guess
wait, did Dami get the first pick again?
It was kind of like I couldn't tell. It happened like simultaneously.
It did, because he had the down from Max, and I think because he opened up that castle barricade, he shot that guy at the window, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was I don't know who died first there. I think it was like a trade, because he downed the electric claw man Cade, and then he was
because I think Dami's gotten the first pick every single round so far.
He's definitely been involved in it. That's for certain. I mean, Jim not going the way of Ariel, but that's okay. It's your third site. You're going back to the basement. You're holding up blue again. And I mean, his question for Moneyball here is, are they actually going to attempt to utility clear this, or are they just going to send it yet again?
I would hope not.
I mean, it's like first class mail, you know, just right down blue.
It literally was first class.
I mean, so it's like, the question is, I feel like the kitchen push probably would go a little bit better if the goal is to just kind of brute force it for Moneyball. You can push down dirt. You can obviously grenade at electric claw and kitchen. That's a possibility of something they know if they want to go for it. But I mean, the question is, do they want to go for it? I don't know if you want to try Mr. Dami and blue again though.
Yeah, I don't know. They have 2 C4s as well, so kitchen may be a dangerous task to go for if they do that.
Yeah, so either way, it's dangerous. It's Arial. There's 5 Aerial Rise gods in the other team. As they're just gonna, I mean, the whole squad's in blue. I was scared for a second. I thought they were just gonna pop the hatch and go for it. As it is popped, but they're not gonna just hot drop or anything. It's definitely gonna be a little more methodical.
It's surprising they used 2 Selmas for that too. So rather than using, I guess because the Habana's banned, the next charge would be using Ace. So they used 2 Selmas on that hatch instead of using, you know, the Maverick charges, Maverick canisters.
And we saw, you know, definitely he used most of his torch on CCTV and Cash, and Dami's actually gonna again testing his metal here in the opening engagement. He's getting cleared out this time, and that's typically what happens. You get cleared out. You're forced to make questionable decisions. Dami running in front of Gomez on the hatch, and he is eliminated, and that is blue control, at least for the moment. Very well possible to take.
Yeah, up with Gunner elsewhere will take out Milano. Looks like Gunner go up main stairs will deny Milano coming down the main stairs. And looks like he's trying to go for a push to take out Gomez. Playing in kitchen, opening up that floor. So rather than C4 from below, he's going to go for a direct engagement. There it is, running by Gomez, unaware of Gunner coming up the main stairs. Unfortunately, didn't hear maybe the call out that Milano got killed at main stairs. But Kino's also main stairs too. Wait, where did he come from?
I think he just walked right past Kino. Yeah, I mean, he just walked past the open moto hatch and did that. Or rather, while he's probably opening it, as Louise and Whitlock are in a melee, but Gunner is still above and still at large, and that is the diffuser man. Kino down. It's just Louise here. Louise is known as a power player, but not this time. Not in a 1 versus 3 and not in this scenario. Aerial Rise yet again winning the basement, and yet again shutting down the blue push. This time just with a really, I mean, what do you call it?
Timing.
A well-timed flank from Gunner, because I'm thinking, yeah, Maverick was mavericking the hatch. Gunner said, you know, the one player I think Milano was holding the main hall, and when he dies, I mean, hey, bets are off.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Milano was on like the left side and then he came from Moto. He ran out of Moto and opened the hatch, and he surprised Milano sitting on the main stairs. And then he rushes up main stairs. Nobody knows that he's coming up main stairs, unfortunately, or doesn't really call it. And, you know, Gomez, unfortunately, runs right by him. And then, yeah, then you had you had Kino below the Moto hatch, and Gunner, unfortunately, had the advantage at that point.
Yeah, I think he probably called it. It was just like, I don't think he anticipated that Gunner would just walk up.
True, yeah.
You know, that's definitely a big chunk of play for Gunner to just do that. But I mean, the man dropped like 7,000 kills last week, so I mean, not out of the realm of impossibility. We're going back to Cash yet again. And this, let me remind you all, this is Aerial Rise's not map pick. This is Moneyball's map pick. So, assuming, like I said pre-game, if Aerial Rise is able to just walk away with Clubhouse here, you got Consulate up next. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say 2-0. I really don't, because I'm bad at calling things. But
hey, we saw well, so far 3-1 isn't too crazy out of the realm of Clubhouse though, so we're still looking to probably to see Moneyball bring it back on their defense. As long as they go 4-2 at the half like you expect, still anybody's game.
It's trending that way if this continues.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see really the same type of deal. Kino's gonna go for the flat wall first. Is there gonna be an adjustment to go to construction maybe instead of garage? Because that push just, I mean, Dami just shut it all down. Dami just came from, you know, the top rafter, and just kidding, he's dead. That changes things. That was a lounge player from before. That was a nightmare to deal with when they were pushed to the garage. Might be a lot easier now that the man is dead. And he's lost his first opening duel, it looks like. Well, no,
Oh.
2 rounds in a row he's lost it. And Kool-Aid is a man on a mission.
This is a ballsy place to be.
It's smart.
It's the kind of thing I see like in casual. Oh.
No, let me tell you, that's a good spot if no one goes server window, which there isn't anyone. Just kidding, he's dead. And Luis is just murdering everyone on this platform, but he's unable to murder the last player. Just kidding, he traded.
Actually.
So Luis absolutely murdered 4 of the aerial defenders trying to challenge the platform in some way or another. Now it's just Gunner across the absolute universe. Gunner is on Pluto. And the plant likely going to start any second now as Gomez is holding down Lounge. Gunner's going to rotate through construction. He's got the C4. He could potentially find one with it through the wall. Through the holes in the wall, rather, next to him. But he's seemingly not thinking about it. Just kidding. Tried. Kino holding the window. And my goodness, Louise.
That was a crazy run for Louise. Oh my god. That was all Louise.
Louis Vuitton with the 4K and then the trade. I mean, that's beautiful stuff. That's exactly what Moneyball needed because, like I said, it was starting to get out of hand there for a second. Ariel's going to try to run it back again, maybe play a little more reserved. I guess the thing is there, when we saw Kool-Aid's laying on the wall trying to find the Maverick. It's a cool little trick you can do, but it only works, you know, when the Maverick's a little careless. He kind of runs to the right side of the wall and, you know, you can't really repel to hold that spot that Kool-Aid was in. You kind of have to kill him from the server window. So I defend the spot. I stand by that spot. It's a good spot sometimes.
I guess so. To me, it just seemed kind of crazy if it didn't really work out.
I'd say maybe 42% of the time. That is a certified statistic, by the way. 42% of the time that works.
All right, 40% of the time that spot would work.
Sometimes, but it didn't work for him that time. And yeah, I mean, I'm thinking Ariel's probably going to play a little more reserved here. They're running it back to the same site. No shenanigans. Not going to try Jim again. They got kind of handled there. And yeah, I mean, pretty much the same deal, really.
Well, Kool-Aid changes out the mute for a smoke instead, which I don't know how much help it's going to be. Hopefully, the guys in there rise won't get picked up by Louise one by one.
You know, I guess he switched because mute isn't doing much for him. The wall is getting opened anyway. You know, it's so nasty at Mav. The wall's getting opened anyway. So what does mute really do besides, I mean, a lot of players, sometimes they don't prefer to throw the C4s at that default plant behind the B-bomb because it can be, or rather smokes behind that B-bomb because it can be kind of awkward to land smokes properly. Oftentimes you see players just eat it and plant anyway. That's why you prefer the mute over the smoke for C4 instead of smokes. But Kool-Aid,
so they shouldn't even have to. They don't even have to Maverick this time, do they? Even?
Yeah, I mean they don't. But this is efficient because you're probably gonna want to use the Selmas on shields potentially, other things.
Oh, true. You could use it on the shields if they have them pointing towards one be red towards garage, or if you're pushing construction, they have them pointing towards construction.
Yeah, it's definitely more utility you can use from the Selma instead of busting it on this wall, especially when Kino is so good at this. Wait, finish the job. There you go. Finishes the job. And now Luis, what in the world is he doing? He's waiting.
I think they probably joined it out and they saw those openings and maybe they thought someone was going to peek that.
That is definitely an opening pick that was going to happen any second because I don't expect that one from a defender. And they're going to be focusing on this Raptors players next. And honestly, one of the other uses for a Selma here is just on that Raptors wall. Throw one there. All of a sudden, the Jaeger Dami playing there is in a world of pain. There's not much he can hide from, but I'm wondering if that's going to actually come through. I don't see the ace actually anywhere near. They're just going to rush through garage again, and Gunner's there. You can't walk in a Gunner like that. Gunner just murders 3 of them. Is he going to find a 4th? He just deleted half the team, and Dami finds Gomez, and all of a sudden it's looking like 4-2 Ariel. What the heck just happened?
He got shot from the breach wall. They're peeking the breach at him.
Yeah, that's once again, Moneyball's losing to this player in lounge. First it was Dami, and then it was Gunner, just there at large. No one pushing really through stock. I mean, we saw Louise thrown at that stock door before as Gunner going for the CGG, trying to pad his stats. Yeah. Rest of the team probably going to play a lot more reserved though. But I mean, that's 2 times now we've seen this the crouch hole in the garage not working well for Moneyball.
Yeah, Moneyball, like they got the kill last time when Dami was playing lounge. You think they know at this point that the lounge player was the key to the success of the player in garage. And there it is, Kool-Aid to finish up Milano. Arrow Rise will take another round on defense, 4-2 as you'd expect in Clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of throw it back to last week a little bit. Moneyball fell down 5-1 on Oregon on map 1. and it was Oregon Attack they were down. It's very plausible that Moneyball is able to pull out a defense here, especially given the players they have. This is what we want to see. SSG roam with the likes of Luis, Fish, Milano, Gomez on that roam. That might be something that ARIAL struggles with.
Cool. He played SAS operators on defense.
Hello, Governor.
Wait, is that wrong though? Because he played Castle.
Yeah, I mean, unless Castle is British, unless he's like Tinny Timpa.
Yeah, is Castle
But
British now? Is that what we're going for?
I don't think Castle's British. So
I mean, it's
like,
wait.
It's like 90% correct. I mean, it was one round of Castle. Whoops.
Okay, small.
There we go. Blame cake. It's easy enough to blame cake. But yes, we're seeing this roam coming out from Moneyball. It's inevitably going to be a roam. You don't play Castle in the basement, castling all the doors. This isn't gold ranked. They're roaming, and they've got the players to do it. They've got the firepower to get away with it. But I mean, ARIAL, they had a lot of success against Ape last week when it came down to the roam game. They absolutely dominated Ape in that regard. It was kind of like a it was almost a meme at that point. It was like they were winning so many opening duels in a row.
Oh yeah, dude, Gunner on console was ridiculous too. How many opening picks he got? It was crazy.
So Moneyball, I mean, they were in the film room. They saw how good ARIAL Rise is at that. And they're challenging it here right now, this defense. This is absolute test of whether you can win opening kills or opening duels rather. ARIAL probably, I imagine, going to clear this. They cleared Cafe pretty well. I see no reason why they wouldn't be able to clear a map like Clubhouse the same way.
Let's see what they go for. It looks like on the side of ARIAL Rise, they're pushing through from the side of Strip Club now. As it looks like they're trying to clear from the west side over to the east, as you usually see push through master bedroom to get rid of that roam. It's surprising that maybe trying to circumvent it whatsoever. But here we go. Max gonna open up a little hole in the bottom of that wall. Let's see if there's anything there to deny them opening this wall up. But nobody's there for the moment. Kino's still working on opening up these holes, these rotations, and actually there's actually 4 mirrors on site right now. Louise looks like he's made to come back upstairs. Fish going towards Strip, but there's actually not really a roam upstairs at all. They probably have both the mutes and the Mozzie, the pest, to deny any droning those. So on the side of ARIAL Rise, they still have to clear it, make sure nobody's there.
I mean, Fish is going for the classic hide and strip, and Gunner's actually holding that angle, and he gets off of it at the wrong moment. Fish just scalps him. What horrible timing for Gunner, and what an insane shot from Fish that we unfortunately did not catch. And now it's ARIAL Rise losing the opening duels, and it's Gunner losing opening duels. I mean, if you want to call that a duel, I mean, he just got absolutely murdered.
Wow, that was a quick smoking of Gunner. Now they gotta rotate at this point too. They found out that nobody's upstairs though. They're able to join it, so nobody's above. And Fish is playing kitchen now, but at least he's been given an exit because they opened up the kitchen hatch. So, surprisingly, the hatch open actually. Shots coming through from the kitchen window. It'll be one player on the side of ARIAL Rise. He actually was on the window for a second, but he's gonna drop back down into sight. And now all the players except for Louise, who's on main stairs, are on site waiting for the push.
And very successful run for Fish. We've got almost 2 minutes torched now. Louise still holding the bottom main stairs as well. This is very much not in control for ARIAL. And there's not a lot of time to rectify that as Whitlock is down by Kino. Ash of Dami working his way towards main stairs as well, finished by Fish. Fish looking for more. He's also looking to pad them stats a little bit. He's able to knock off most of these defenders, knock off most of the time, and it's just Kool-Aid and Max here. I mean, we've seen this one. 2 versus 4 with Kool-Aid alive.
Yeah, that was at Villa, and that was a different timing, I guess. I'm not sure if they can get away with it, but there are a lot of different entryways now open to them because, there was a SSG-style roam, so a lot of these hatches are open up already, allowing for rotates. It looks like he's actually going to open dirt, so this could just be a kitchen drop and dirt. Kool-Aid with the kill, Nikita, who we saw was rotating back from the side of blue or from church. So it's a good kill on the side of Kool-Aid. He can smoke it out and deny the vision. He sees one in the back of boxes. This is one play in Arsenal. He's going to try and grenade the player out. Kool-Aid's firing off. The grenade comes through. He peeks his head out, loses it to the grenade anyway. Luis, though, takes one. He takes a second. Luis will finish off both the players from ARIAL Rise, and Moneyball will take the first defense.
I was about to tell you, we cannot rule these guys out in a 2v4. And it almost happened if it wasn't for Luis swooping in there. It was an inch from happening. Luis played that even a second worse than he did. That could have been horrific
It was a 2v2 at that point, and with the grenade kill on that one play, they had control Arsenal. But yeah, as I said before, too, Louis is coming at the right timing to rotate in to get that flank.
And he's definitely been the star for Moneyball so far. Played good last week, but he wasn't the his
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's that we talk about survival rates. The Kool-Aid has had the best survivor on his team so far. That's last week's stats, though. I don't know how it's going to continue this week.
Attackers need to locate and
definitely. I mean, Luis has played. He wasn't the best on Moneyball last week, but he definitely had his fair share of entry kills and probably, you know, highlight moments. It's definitely the star of the show today so far. As we're going to cash in CCTV, I mean, the mindset is a little bit different from Moneyball. We're seeing the Electric Claws coming out. We're seeing a Vigil instead. What in the world did Kino have in mind for this one?
Interesting.
10 seconds remaining.
So with the Vigil being out, but they still have the mute as well. They try to make some kind of roam, maybe over by the bedroom side by bathroom, maybe?
It is possible. It's entirely possible. He also just runs out of strip or something. I think Vigil, he kind of plays into, I mean, we talked about how Moneyball is in structure. Structure isn't required here. Sometimes you just need to run out. And that's exactly what Kino just tried to do. He did not succeed because the attackers took their time and waited. But that's definitely the mindset here from Moneyball. This isn't, they're not trying to outbrain you. They're trying to smoke you.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to be aggressive. Kino playing downstairs on the first floor. Maybe he's gonna try to play the same role that maybe Dami and Gunnar are playing that lounge to deny the push into garage. Interesting to see. We see though, it looks like Dami's over there by main door right now. So will he be the first one to fight against Kino? Though he can't seem to find Kino. Actually, Kino, yeah, Kino's a strip club, like I said before. Actually, he's trying to go for that run out that you usually see on Clubhouse.
I mean, he's doing it. He's doing the thing. He peeks out. He
Yep.
eventually kills Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
It took all 31, but sometimes that's what the angle grip does to you. It makes it hard. But either way, the hard breacher dead, and he didn't get anything off. Maverick, the only tool of breaching here is Gunner. The soft destruction is gone, so even if you're able to use the Maverick for anything, you're probably not going to be able to open the walls very much unless you use your valuable explosive utility. As Luis is still looking for the smoke. He wants all the smoke because he's going to drop an oil pit and run away. ARIAL floundering here on their attack half so far as Kino's looking for more. Gonna get snuffed out. Just kidding. Max gets deleted and folded like a lawn chair. And now it's just Whitlock, and he is deleted by Fish. Flawless round.
I guess you don't need structure when you have aggression and you have gun and you're just winning gunfights at that point.
Who needs structure when you have a Valk Cam and a Kino? You don't need anything. And that's, I mean, it's exactly what, like, ARIAL probably knew this is what they were. I mean, if they watched the game last week, they knew what they were getting into. The question is, sometimes you know, and it's just not enough. You know it's coming. I mean, they probably saw the Vigil lineup and they're like, yeah. I mean, they see the same operators we see here in the selection screen. They see the Vigil and they're like, yeah, something is about to happen. They probably saw that Oryx too, and they're like, something stupid is about to happen.
Something stupid to happen again.
It's just because you know doesn't mean you can stop it, and that's very much on full display here. As we're going to gym, this is probably one of the most, if we're talking about a monkey site,
Attackers need to locate and
this one's up there. When nothing but windows to run out of. You can peek from dirt. You can peek from strip club as well. You can run out on the player who we typically see players hold that east rappel on the ground, the platform. You can run out on that. There's a lot of runouts. There's a lot of things, painful things that can be done to attackers here. And
yeah, this is also the site that everybody's lost. So if they can win this site for the side of Moneyball, it changes a lot of dynamic for them.
Definitely. And I mean, honestly, I was surprised Kino was reinforcing that. You could even run out of that single construction wall if you wanted. That's a spawn peak. There's plenty of things that can work in Moneyball's favor here, and I am completely wrong. I thought this was going in the favor of ARIAL, hands down, but it is looking like ARIAL's losing grips a little bit.
Let's see, because they're winning the first two. It's not crazy to see from their side. Like, ARIAL have won their first two as well. So let's see how it turns out, though. But I kind of see this is the turning point for me. That if they can win this site, this is a turnaround where we see Moneyball bring it back, win sites and win reigns that ARIAL could not. So let's see how it works out. Let's see how ARIAL take this first fight, or if they're going to push through cash like we saw. They saw decide MONEYBALL do when they take the site, or are they going to try for just going through, going through Jacuzzi?
Like I said, you see that East repelling player of Kool-Aid. We already see Kino going for the play. We already see the man preparing to run out of something. Just kidding.
Nope.
Drops an oil pit because he's going to run up New Blue and run out of him instead. That's a possibility. Keep an eye on that one as the rest of the team pushing in from Jacuzzi.
Oh, wait, he's going to beat the guys from Dirt Tunnel on the guys repelling or on the balcony.
It's possible. Kino is a very much a wild card right now, and he's doing just that. He's going to try to find someone. He took him all 31 at this range before, as he makes about 70 punch holes in preparation for return fire, but he doesn't find anyone, but he definitely alerts the attackers to his presence. They're going to be shaking in their boots a little bit. But the attack kind of coming from two directions. We saw Kool-Aid on the east balcony, and the rest of the team just stacked on this platform wall, the west side.
Oh, well, there's the first kill for Whitlock, though. He'll kick out Gomez playing inside a gym. But there's Milano shooting through the same holes created by side of Max, and Kino gets one to Kool. He actually runs out and deals the guy in the balcony. So there's both those sites are being taken out here. He takes control of servers. Luis can jump out now. He takes out Dami. Dami Gunner, though, takes out Milano, but still looking really good here for MONEYBALL. Whitlock's in sight. Gunner's on site too, so they have control, all the control here. Fish goes down on main stairs, so that's actually a 1v down, 1v2. It's Luis. He has to try and clutch this out. This is the round that needs to make for MONEYBALL to win, to really put themselves in lead here. Gunner begins to plant the diffuser, but no, it's Whitlock to finish him off. Aerial Rise. It looked like they were going to lose that round, but no, not at all.
I think the theme with Aerial Rise, when this happens, let's go, Max. His first opening duel. That's crazy. As a support player to do that. But yeah, this is definitely the theme with Aerial Rise is that they are a team that you can't really, no matter what the heck is happening, so they could be getting run out on from 70 different directions, which is quite literally what is happening. People dying, people getting shot in the back and flanked, and all this doesn't even matter because you have someone like Gunner who can just, if he's in an area, he can take control of that area. And in that case, it was the bathroom. He just pushed right in and murdered everyone. And
yeah,
had the
crazy,
diffuser too.
They got those opening picks from the side of, like, the opening picks, but they got those they got the other picks, which put them into the man advantage. It looked like they were going to take that round because they dealt with both sides of the attack and lessened the attack right there and then, it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's just you can't call it before you see it. And again, this is MONEYBALL's pick. MONEYBALL, they knew what game they were playing. They knew exactly what game they were playing into, and they went to this map. It was going to be a ghetto clubhouse. We're seeing the roam. We're seeing the runouts everywhere. This isn't a gentleman clubhouse. This is some crazy stuff that happens every round from MONEYBALL. They've yet to play a round reserved.
I like to see bar then. Can we go to bar and stock, please?
I mean, it's not impossible at this point. We're seeing the classic roam, the wall denial on all the different entry points in the top floor to bait out the hard breach utility. And the question is, ARIAL can actually go for it again. They kind of struggled. But was it because of poor timing, or is it just because they're unable to win the fights? I think it was just kind of bad timing, honestly. I think they're going to be able to take these roam fights if they so choose.
This is that first start of the Gunner, though. Gunner looks away at the wrong time, and Fish takes that same fight and knocks his head off right through the wall.
Like Gunner was holding the perfect angle to kill Fish, looked away, and then looked back and died. Like, got smoked. That's just terribly unfortunate. I mean, it could have very easily went the other way. So I think ARIAL is thinking the same thing. They're going to try this again, but hopefully, going to have a little bit better timing as Tommy's playing these windows. Kool-Aid on the west balcony, and we're seeing a pinch come out as well from the east side. So it's just getting it. It's not going to go well for ARIAL as you're losing your Maverick immediately, but Gunner's going to trade that immediately onto Fish.
Well, so far the hard breach really isn't that big of a deal because they keep opening all the hatches anyway, so I don't think that losing Max is that big of a deal. At least they trade out and get rid of Fish, who was the roamer. And a big thing is they keep having to clear this top floor, but the side of MONEYBALL isn't even playing upstairs. They're just faking it every single time, wasting utility on Aerial Rise.
I think MONEYBALL knows ARIAL's got it down pretty much to a sign. And Max died off that change repel, which is... that would have been a shot to see, let me tell you. Because that's... you typically don't win those. You typically don't win those. That's a nasty shot. I can assure you that was a nasty shot. And Kool-Aid gonna work this kitchen hatch. It's materializing into a kitchen dirt push.
Yeah, this should be a same same kind of pushes before we saw that Kool-Aid, and I believe it was Dami tried to do at the end of the other round. They almost had it. Oh no, I think it was Kool-Aid and Max actually, but it was a really close one last time. They actually brought back a 2v2 until Louise flanked them in the end. So, but you said Whitlock here looking towards blue though. Can they make this push happen in blue while making the push happen main stairs or in dirt though? It's hard to say. The hatch is open in kitchen and they're droning it out in Arsenal, so Hugh's available to stop the drop. They're droning out dirt as well, so this actually could be a dirt and kitchen take if they know it's clear.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely dirt's on the menu, but it doesn't look like anybody's eating. As Gunner is going to take out Kino, playing near the dummies. That's one of the huge power positions. That's going to allow for the drop for Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's just going to flop down. No one really there for Moneyball. C4 is going to fly, but no cigar. Milano finding the player holding the main stairs. That's significant, but Kool-Aid's going to find one player in the main hall himself. Gunner finding his third, and Kool-Aid, again, these two, this team, when they are in some sort, that was a 2 versus 3 there. They're able to just come alive when they're not supposed to.
Hey, Kool-Aid's a clutch master at this point. 2 games now so far, and he's got these rounds, and he's proven it again that he can clutch in these situations.
We also have to keep in mind, Kool-Aid, we have to credit where credit is due. Kool-Aid is one of the IGLs. It's Gunner and Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's probably making some darn good calls here. Got to give credit where credit is due. We can't have a listen in. This isn't Gears of War. But I can assure you Kool-Aid sounds like who's a fancy smart person from history? He sounds like Albert Einstein on the columns. I can assure you. How
do you know what Albert Einstein sounds like?
Because he sounds like Kool-Aid.
Oh my god.
That's fact.
Anyway, so with those 2 rounds though, Air Rise has put themselves on map point though. That's the big thing here, is the fact that they take 2 in a row. And that is huge attack wise. No attack so far has been able to take 2 in a row. We just saw no 2 in a row attacks from Moneyball.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes down to the IGLing just a little bit better for Arial. And it's the difference in rounds like that in these tough clubhouse attack rounds. And what is this?
Oh my god.
Milano is trying to break the internet. We have what appears to be a mirror trick going down on this cash wall. Now,
double mirror on your CCTV wall.
Someone's peeking that. That's going to get popped. Question is Arial going to fall for it? I don't think so.
I wonder what is the intent by putting those there? Is that just to make it more annoying for Max to get that wall open?
He has to really consider if he wants to run up and Maverick that. And since there are mute jammers on the wall, you have to consider, you know, actually getting the mute jammers off the wall. I mean, you have to go below now, probably, to get rid of the mute jammer to safely H-charge it. Otherwise, you're just going to be in a predicament, honestly, if you try to go for that wall as it is.
Well, it looks like they're going for garage instead. Louise is aware of the Maverick going to work. Max trying to open this, make a small hole. He's going to peek it right into the angle, take quite a bit of damage from Louise. And there it is. First shot. It's like a Gunner rather than Max, actually. Looks like Gunner poked his head out too far, and he'll lose it out. So another play out at the main start. Looks like Dobby walks by, and he almost got shot by Louise too. It's not a good start there to lose Gunner in that engagement, and probably going to lose Max too. Max on 5 HP.
I mean, Louise is just pushing the issue here, and he kind of has to. His team struggling even when they're in man advantage, seemingly. Things aren't really assured for Moneyball, so Louise just definitely going for the knockout punch there on the Maverick, and he's close. As Kino also could be a huge problem here. That's a run out from the pool that is very possible given how this wall's open. Dami's going to look for the player on rafters, and I'm not sure when that run is going to come out for Kino. It's going to come out right now, and Max is dead. He was low HP, and he gets headshotted. And now this platform wall still. Again, you can't get this. It's not going to happen unless the mute jammer is destroyed from below, and it doesn't seem to be happening.
Yeah, at this point, it looks like it's pretty off the mark here for Arrow Rise. It's 3v5, though. They don't really have much control here for either team. Kino's going to back off, taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to back off to the basement. It looks like they can control Garage, though, so at least Arrow Rise has a foothold, but they couldn't get that wall open. So people can play in servers in CCTV with no issue because that balcony is not there. Right below the windows, one player. It looks like it's Fish. waiting for a chance to get that very chance to get somebody to jump through the window. That wall is going to open up actually finally, but Luis is poking through the mirrors. He'll deal with Kool-Aid on the balcony, so that balcony still, nobody's there to try to deal that. Milano gets killed in Whitlock. It's a 1v5 now. Gomez will finish off Dami, and Moneyball will take a flawless round here on their defense, and they'll bring it one step closer to overtime.
Sure, a lot of people saw that one and said, what in God's name are those mirrors? I mean, those are, I mean, given how Ariel attacked, I mean, Ariel didn't attack it properly, given what they, were kind of faced with. But yeah, I mean, if you don't take out the mute jammer, that is brilliance at its finest. You can't get the wall given these bans, just not possible. you have to go below, and Ariel just didn't do that. He kind of focused heavily on garage and lost a lot of players, lost a lot of HP on it, and ultimately it just swirled into swirled down the toilet really the whole round.
There's a lot of different aspects. They took control of garage, but they didn't have balcony really. They at least were able to get rid of the mute finally and try to get the wall open, but Luis just deals with the person on balcony, which was Kool-Aid.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, I mean,
so all in all, crazy strats from Moneyball.
Definitely
really
crazy.
worked out really well.
I mean, there has not been one single standard issue round for Moneyball. It has been all interesting, to say the least. And honestly, is this the closest we're going to get to it? We're not seeing the castle coming out, so it's possible they aren't going to do the traditional version of a clubhouse roam. It could just be the ranked version of the roam where you just do it with the Vigil and the Jaeger. But I don't know. I'm not sure what the thoughts are.
Really,
what the plan is. What is the plan here? Luis is upstairs shooting drones, but he's not really playing the roam. I think they're actually going to play normally. They're going to play sight normally. What is this?
This is really odd to see from them so far. They've done the aggressive roams every single round except for now. When it comes to the last round in regulation, they need this round to go into overtime, and they're playing it still really weird though, which is, again, seems to be Moneyball's big thing, is playing things not to the norm. Let's see how it works out though, as they at least, like, they have the Vigil. So what's the Vigil's roam? What's the Vigil's role in all this then, if he's not going to roam?
I mean, there's definitely a lot you can get out of Vigil. Even if you don't roam on the site, you can impact trick. Okay, he drove his drone on the electricity and it died. But yeah, he's definitely going to be able to still impact trick. This is where I think the Malusi ban comes in. You probably see Fish play Malusi here typically, but because he can't, she's banned, he's just going to play Vigil for the impacts instead on site. So that works too. I guess that's the idea.
Yeah, so it looks like right here we have some kind of aggression here from Luis as per usual. He's playing the blue stairs. Whitlock will drone him out, and it looks like he's trying to maybe draw him with that drone, but Luis will peek out and see that Whitlock was trying to info peek that to see if he was there. He'll back off back to site, and so far Arrow Rise joined out most of the site. Now they're going to go to work, open these hatches, and we'll see what aggression from Moneyball is going to come up to try and stop them, or they're going to wait until those last few seconds.
Definitely, I think they're playing honestly, they're playing the most standard round they've ever played. I don't know if we're gonna see crazy aggression here. It's match point. This is a match point defense. Everyone's on site, everyone's playing their spots, and I don't know if that plays the strength of Moneyball. Is Kino taken out from the, I imagine Coles from Kitchen just I don't know how he found that angle, but he did. Gunner just found him through the hole there, and the hatch isn't even opened yet, and Luis now a little panicked. He's gonna try to find his way up. There was a Claymore for luck, and he was in garage, so there's likely a Claymore there, and Luis doesn't have impacts to destroy that Claymore, so he's probably just out of luck, really.
These guys sit and wait for somebody to push him at that point. So now you see Max go to work and open up, or at least try to open up this wall into church. Is a pretty standard attack here from the side Arrow Rise, and there's no aggression from the side of Moneyball, so they're just gonna sit and wait. And with Kino gone already, there's only one player in church. Is Gomez by himself. Shots coming from Moto. He's backing off, see if he can get an angle on the one peeking Moto, but there's some holes below that reinforced wall. And now it's just coming down to the last 30 seconds. And the side of Arrow Rise is running out of time, and they really haven't done a whole lot. Drops Moto. One player's blocking. He's going to active peek. Gomez, great shot into Whitlock. He'll deal with one. He'll even up the scoreboard. He'll find another shotgun out, but he won't find the kill to Kool-Aid. It's 4v3. No players inside of church. They're down for Gunner. Gunner gets shot from the side of Arsenal. Looks like Luis is trying to peek under those holes to try and deal with players inside of Moto. Kool-Aid gets one. Kool-Aid gets the second. He's gotten 3 for the round. Max the plans to defuser. Milano's on his own now. He's got to try and find his way back into church. Plant is down, so Milano in a 1v3, no, 1v2 actually, he gets rid of Mac. Gunner's still down, so he's gonna run through the run through the ash wall, look through. If you see one, Kool-Aid has been down through that. Great shots from Milano to deal with Kool-Aid. It's a 1v2. Gunner's back up. He sees the one main stairs, but no, he sees the drone first, and Dami will finish him off. And ARIAL will win this 7-5 on the map pick of Moneyball.
Dennis, Fear Moneyball is the last thing you wanted to see. They absolutely needed that round, I think, to have a chance at potentially force 3 maps here. And I'm thinking ARIAL on their map pick, they looked so good on it last week. This is a tumultuous situation, to say the least. And Gunner again is 15 plus.
Yeah, Gunner and Kool-Aid.
Be something that they're able to control on this map, but we'll see. Depends on the bans, actually. That's what we really need to look out for. Moneyball should ban Nomad here. I would be stunned if they didn't.
Seriously,
Well,
it's
let's see.
ARIAL's map pick, so Moneyball pick defense. So if they're hoping to ban Nomad, ban Jackal, so they can play aggressive, and there it is, Nomad off the board.
Yeah, that is required. So now for Aerial Rise, are we going to see the 99.99999% Thatcher ban? Or are we going to see, like, are they going to kind of shoot? I mean, honestly, I feel like they keep Jackal up here. They shouldn't have any trouble doing what they want to do. We typically see them go for roam clears a lot. And against Moneyball, the way they're playing it, yeah, we're going to see Jackal probably, I imagine. I hope to God. Because otherwise...
Kool-Aid playing it, is Kool-Aid going to bring Gridlock?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends what Kool-Aid thinks is on the menu.
True.
Gunner. I mean, I'm thinking... Yeah, I mean, Valkyrie's off the board as well. That's a freak show that is not. Yeah, there's no freak show. There's no Valkyrie freak show on Consulate now. And combine that with the fact that, I mean, like I said, I imagine ARIAL's going to bring operators to counter any silliness that Moneyball may bring out. It's yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if that didn't come out from ARIAL and it wasn't the focus for ARIAL.
Let's just see them ban Mirror, though. Mirror's not that big of a deal on this site, but maybe they want to keep operators like Malusi and Wamai available to make their defense even stronger, because they are defense first, and Moneyball need to start well, even though we tend to see attackers do better here on Consulate.
Okay. Well, I thought he was going to stick it. I'm thinking, hey, they need an operator for crowd control. They're going to bring, Lion's one of them. It's either Lion, Jackal, or, Gunner could have stuck the Blitz, but he did not. So, Lion's definitely going to make it easier. So, you find one of these guys, start the countdown to deletion. But, of course, there is Fish on Vigil, which, of course, you can just kind of turn on your cloaking device's Vigil and run through Lions. So, Fish has a superpower in this case.
Fish could be the key to their aggression as a Vigil, depending on how they play this out. But we're going to Cafeteria Garage first. And we'll see a 6-pick from Oryx to a Jaeger, because Oryx is still not really played very often anyway, for whatever reason. Because I don't know, this map, I feel like at least on Consulate, he's more used compared to most maps.
Consulate has the highest amount of hatches of any map in the pool, because it's a competitive pool. And we did see Kino play a very disgusting Oryx last week. So
shoot first objective, true.
Yeah, nobody. The plant gets down and the round's over, because these rounds are, like, if it's anything like Clubhouse, at least, these rounds have just been absolutely maniacal, and there really hasn't been a lot of room for much play around the diffuser. Really, I think there weren't many plants last game. If there were, it was swiftly over after. Yeah,
I think there were 2, but they killed them immediately after they planted.
Yeah, it was over immediately. So 5 seconds left. Very notable stat here is Milano is going for a bailiff spawn. I'm just kidding.
Oh, he's gonna wait.
Genius? Question mark? We'll see.
Isn't that gonna get destroyed?
Probably.
You can just sledge it, unless it's a bait and someone's gonna run out as he tries to sledge it or something. I don't know. That's a weird one.
That is possible, as Max is dead during the Lion. E1D the play make from Fish and Louise as well, and I don't know what just happened, but there are 2 people dead, including the only hard breach on the map.
So Kool-Aid at least still has a hard breach utility on his bolt, but he can only open a hole to crouch or vault through, or he can grenade hatch open with that. So there's really still very limited options here for Arrow Rise. And yeah, how did Whitlock die as well? Where did this all start from?
Could it be Whitlock was trying to kill the Maestro camera? Did he die off of that? It's possible.
Maybe.
The diffuser's over there, and Max could have.
That's what I was saying. It could have been bait. That's what I think that Evil Eye was bait.
just came to mind. They're using Maestro cameras like Valkyrie cameras.
Oh!
Truly, I mean, truly revolutionary if that's the case. We might see that one
Yeah.
in ranked from now on, as Dami is the only one left. This round is essentially a wash for Ariel, and they didn't even, I mean, he's the only one that entered the building. He got in Visa and he made it an admin. I don't think the rest of the team got inside.
So every single member except for Dom got killed outside. That is crazy to see. That's what I want to see here on Moneyball for starting this round out. They're gonna start with a strong foot here on Consulate. Put their foot down and say, "Hey, we are the crazy monkeys, and we're gonna put you guys down."
Looking like it, flawless for Moneyball, and Ariel is probably reconsidering their approach. Probably gonna reconsider their spawns going into the next round, and. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be an interesting dynamic. It could go either way. Ariel either shuts it down, or Moneyball just they just do Moneyball things. We're seeing the Oryx again. The question is, will Kino actually stick it? I mean, this is a site where you could, like I said, this map has 1 million hatches, 1 million different hatch rotations. Oryx
And
is
we talked before, Kino was the person also last time playing Oryx on the same map against Glow Up on Consulate.
I mean, Oryx is a legitimate pick.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And I don't know about Frost, but I do know that Oryx is a legitimate pick. And I mean, he's bringing alarms. Maybe the bar would give him more use, but keep an eye on Kino. He's definitely been the guy we've needed to watch throughout this.
Keep an eye on Milano. He's gonna put those traps.
Yeah, he's hidden one of them inside of the vase, an antechamber. It looks like, will he put one under that hatch? So when someone goes to kill the...
Oh no, I forgot that she has the ITA now as a secondary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a good reason to bring in. He didn't want to play like Castle. It's possible.
True, yeah. Maybe that's what
it's
it
possible.
Is.
I mean,
Maybe possible. Oh my god.
It's the windows are open, and Moneyball is going to be peeking those windows. I imagine Ariel's learned a lesson. It didn't spawn over there. No one spawned police line against Moneyball. It's not smart. Fish is going to run right out of the Visa double door and take the fight immediately. Unfortunately, unable to finish off Max. So it's just a 1-for-1, and Kool-Aid with the well played in chat. I mean, I'm almost certain that's sarcastic. I'm certain it is. Fish, he could have had the 2-for-1, but unfortunately, it's just a 1-for-1, which most people in the competitive community would not consider worth. But that is the Lion, and that is, again, I talked about it, that's the crowd control for Arial.
Yeah, a vigil for a Lion is kind of worth it in a sense, though it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's usually 1-for-1s are not it. Now, Gunner's going to take this fight on the player and CEO, and honestly, setup's comparatively light for Moneyball. Again, they're not really a setup team. That's not their hey. There's not playing for C4s in the basement or anything. They're playing for gunfights and an Oryx flank. And so far, it's working in their favor. I mean, the attackers are definitely losing out on HP, and they're definitely not getting a lot done here in the open.
Yeah, Willo's about to lose his face here on this balcony as he at least takes one. He'll take Louise, but jump out will finish him off. It'd be Kino. He'll take that fight and finish off Whitlock, but it's a 3v3 now, so it's a bit more back and forth compared to the first round. He's trying to take the fight with the Gunner inside Printer. He's going to back off, fall down the hatch maybe? Actually, I couldn't tell if he actually fell down the hatch or not. Looks like he might not still be upstairs, but still, it's a minute and 20 left, so still time. Kino did drop, actually. He just dropped all the way down to the basement trying to go for a flank on Gunner because he knows Gunner's at Printer.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of his hatches aren't actually pre-opened. Given the Frost shotgun, you'd think that would happen. But it looks like he's going to have to open his own hatches, which can often give away the play as an Oryx. And Dami's going to start working on the utility on site, which, I mean, isn't really defended by much. Just simple ADSs, no MI in play. None of that. None of that fancy schmancy stuff. They're already prepared pre-firing the connector peek from Gomez, but the attack just trying to push through the front door here, and honestly, it's starting to look like it's going to succeed as Gunner finds one of the players above. He's going to look for the second, and I imagine that's simultaneously the lobby push coming through for the rest of Arial. Max finds Gomez on site, and it's just Milano the Frost. And he worked a miracle.
Is he lagging? I can't tell.
I think he's lagging.
I
don't see a red plug.
No,
I don't see the red
the
plug.
server's dying.
I don't see the red plug. I think it's just him.
Maybe it's him. I can't tell. The fire is going for a while, so I can't tell. Max gonna plant the diffuser. He'll take the fight. He's saying people are saying servers, and I caught that too as well. Servers like they're dying. He'll peek out, he'll kill the person planting, but he'll get refragged by Dami. And yeah, it looks like we have some server issues for the moment. People are starting to really.
What the heck? They're doing the running man. I wish.
By the way, Arrow Rise will take the first attack.
What side are we going to?
They're going to split. Just kidding.
It's lobby. So yeah, they really do not want to play that CEO side. Like I said, I think that's one you can shut down aggression on pretty easily. So, and you can't just play like whatever style you want to describe Moneyballs as. You can't just run around on CEO or you're going to have a bad time. So they're going to lobby. Going to try to hopefully find some picks. We're seeing a little bit of the yellow meta returning. What is this? Finka? In 2020?
And you just see how they pull this out, but it looks like the same line this time for the side of Moneyball. They're still bringing the Frost, still bringing the Vigil, still bringing the Oryx along for this roam. And so far the change is up. Kool-Aid, we're losing the Lion to bring Ace and Finka instead.
I mean, you'd think you'd just bring Lion and Ace, but Finka,
yeah,
you know, Finka can run through. Yeah, I'm imagining. Yeah, I'm thinking that doesn't make any sense. I mean, to be honest, I was gonna try to say, well, yeah, you know, you can pop a adrenal surge and run through banshees. That is a thing, by the way, but I can't imagine that's worth picking, you know, an operator for.
I guess maybe if they get into a frost trap, you can pick him up with the global effect of the Finka charge, but even then,
but you can't. Your leg gets snapped, and you can't get Finka. So that's
okay, not actually. I thought you could get picked up with it.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And never mind.
Like Frost is supposed to be the counter, but I mean,
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Yeah, so we're into the round again. Fish is probably lagging because he's not moving.
Let's see what happens this time. Hopefully the lag is gone now, though.
And
I say
he's
that, but
alt-tabbed.
it did take a while to get into the game. We'll see what happens exactly as I set the same site. We'll see how they play upstairs of Gomez and Keo going to be the menaces above like before.
Location of a bomb.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what Fish will do because he still hasn't moved. He's been in place this entire time. So
is he even there?
I don't know. He's
10 seconds left.
he's standing there menacingly.
I think he's 8K.
So I mean, this is important because if Fish doesn't move, I don't know what Moneyball's plan is. He's been a part of these opening engagements so much. There he goes. Where's he going? Yellow door spawn peak. Upstairs?
No, he's not going to be on the spawn peak.
I don't know. But Fish, I mean, definitely keep a lookout for Fish. And, you know, here in this opening, I mean, he's just not doing his setup, it looks like. So that's always fun. We're going to see how Ariel handles that initial aggression again. Like, they were able to rebound from it before, but again, it's happening. Someone's peeking out of something. And this time it's Kool-Aid who gets scattered a spawn police line. SMH in my head.
There's the heart breach off the board. And do they need the Selmas in this push, though?
Not really. I mean, unless they were going for a yellow stairs fake where you can potentially, you know, Selma the bathroom walls. That is very much a thing. But I imagine since Max is still stuck with his operator, he did not want to pick. Ariel is probably upset that they couldn't pick what they actually wanted to pick. So Max is going to be dead. So the Finka gets no mileage. The Frost is down from below. Looks like Mike Gunner, who's done this before. He just kind of runs in places. And Ariel now in a 2 versus X yet again. Now, we've seen them pull this out of their hat before. We haven't seen, I mean, I guess the difference here is Kool-Aid's dead. Kool-Aid's usually the one alive in these situations. And without Kool-Aid, it doesn't seem that the 1vx's are possible, as Gunner does turn this into a 1 versus 2. Kino's position known, and Fish still swimming somewhere. Not sure where Fish is, but this is potentially winnable. He's got a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, he's got a minute and 22 to find both the last defenders. Fish looks like he's playing right by the couch. A grenade thrown in this direction, but not far enough, so just scare him for the moment. He has no grenades left for Gunner, so now he's just going to try and find any of the defenders left. He's looking to make some vertical pressure, see if he can, you know, find one in the corner in the closet somewhere. Maybe below, right in sight. It's Keto just right in the middle of the circle desk. He'll get finished off by Gunner, but upstairs, he gets in a drone as Fish walks up Spiral and finishes him off. And Moneyball will take their second defense round.
Looks like Fish was hiding in the bathroom the whole time. Or he went through that rotate on top of the yellow stairs from benches, and that's almost unpredictable. You can't really fault him for not expecting that one, and Moneyball's doing a good job of avoiding playing CEO here. They're going back to the basement where they had a lovely time with the Maestro can that was outside. The Valkyrie replacement, if you will.
That was a weird one. I wonder if they could do that again too, because Maestro's on the board from Milano. Looks to be the same setup here from the side of Moneyball. Oric's still on the board instead of a smoke, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Attackers need to
and
locate and defuse
at
as
this
many
point,
bombs as they can.
I would just I would totally not spawn police line, and I would not spawn near the buses in the northwest. That is just it's seemingly a death trap against Moneyball. Anyone who spawned there has died. Now, Moneyball's got a lot of map to work with here. And again, bringing the Oryx out this time. He didn't 6 it. He's playing it this time here on the basement. And again, it's a lot of space to cover. And I'm surprised. Again, I'm kind of surprised Ariel's not bringing Jackal here.
5 seconds
Yeah, it
remaining.
seems they haven't been bringing Jackal whatsoever at all. They haven't been bringing Gridlock or anything to really deal with any flanks. Maybe it's because so far this hasn't been really playing. Fish already going for a shot. He runs out, just pre-fires police line like you said, and yeah, nobody's gonna spawn there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bus and police line. You spawn there, you're probably going to die. I mean,
Oh,
at this point, those spawns should be removed. And Gunner, he spawned over here in this northeastern side near the gates, and there's I guess that's a spawn peak if you want to call it one. It's a C4 spawn peak, I guess. You can't really peek that side of the map, but when people repel there, they typically eat that C4. But thankfully for Gunner, he does not die. Kool-Aid prepared for Fish's antics this time. This is going to be an admin clear. 3rd floor, top down.
this seems to be pretty usual for most teams. They'll clear admin, clear the top floor before going down to the 2nd floor. This is where Nomad would be pretty powerful because you can deny, once you can clear something, you can deny them pushing back up. But Nomad's banned, so even if they're able to clear this floor out, people like Kino playing the Orc could still come back, and he does take the wrong way. He turns, looking to their CEO, Whitlocks, went from long just go finish him off. And now one more player, it's Gomez, but he's dead too actually by Dami, so that's a great start here for Arrow Rise.
I mean, Kino needs a map. Kino's looking the wrong way, and Gomez as well taken out. That's, I mean, this is vintage Ariel. Disgusting on the opening duels, and Luis has also been found out as well. He saw the minute that drone flopped down, that lion charger was going to come out, and 3 opening kills in a row now for Ariel to start this round. And it's Fish finally fighting back for his team, but Milano and Fish are in a pickle, to say the least. They've got a wide open breach, and they've got 4 attackers that are likely keyed in on their remaining positions. And Lion still has an E1D as well, as Fish is just going to crab walk up. He's going to crab up like a lobster. Does he find anyone? He's going to find one on drone. Fire your weapon, Fish. He kills Dami, and he's going to take 3rd floor control. And the panic likely ensuing from Ariel, because they probably have no idea where he is now as the yellow stairs. Fish is ascended.
He's ascended up the stairs now, but that leaves Milano by himself on the site. The rest of the attackers could just converge on Milano and take control of site. But he finds 1 kill. He's going around white stairs. He's trying to get him with the ult. He will finally finish him off, but it'll be Kool-Aid to get that refrag at least as Max goes down. It's a 1v2 for Fish. He's low in HP, but he has top floor control, so he can try and find a hole, try and find some kind of angle on the person planting. They'll see the diffuser, but no, it's actually a grenade coming from below to finish with Gunner. He'll get that fantastic grenade, making it seem like an impact. Take out last member, and they'll win another attack here for Arrow Rise.
I mean, Gunner is a unique specimen, to say the least. What is that grenade? Do you realize the calculation and brain power it takes to throw that floor nade in that scenario? Absolutely stunning. And almost a save from Fish. But unfortunately, I mean, him ascending to, up the yellow stairs kind of left his teammate in an unfun situation. I mean, he definitely probably could have killed the guy running in, but fortunately, I mean, it's just the Ariel's just on top of those trades, and they're on top of those concise moments and dying moments around.
See, if it keeps going like this, we may not even see a third site at this point too, because they're just going back and forth on all these sites.
Attackers need to locate and
Yeah, I mean,
as many bombs as they can.
partially because it's the way the pattern in which they are losing and winning. allowing for this. But yeah, I mean, we saw them. I mean, the roam game did not. There was no dice on that roam game whatsoever, and it's looking like they're gonna go for it again. This definitely isn't a we're anchoring lineup. I can assure you.
The Ella pick. I don't think I've seen Ella in a while, and you can't play.
This is like one of the speediest lineups you can pick. The only thing that could have made this lineup more speedy in terms of defenders is a bandit in place of Oryx.
5 seconds to insertion.
But they don't want to play bandit, I guess. Now, honestly, bandit could honestly force this issue, because I mean, the reason they kind of lost it last round was because the wall was just open, like for free. Maybe if bandit was in play here, it forces them to go above, which they were already doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they already did that. And they just dealt with the roam.
Yeah, it's like the order in which you do it, though. Like, they have to deal with the roam, and then they have to get the bandits, which means he can't thermite the wall, while that's all happening. He has to wait till the roam sits.
Milano
So, I mean,
probably could stay alive longer, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but that's not the case. They don't think what I think. So they're gonna go with this top-down roam clear again. And I mean, we saw Kino needed a map last round. Gomez got caught out, and it looks like they're playing it the same way. There's about 50 people up here for the defense.
Yeah, this is 3 players. That person, Gomez sticks his face out.
Jesus.
He'll die to that, but Fish at least get the refrag on Gunner, but he'll take it out by Whitlock. Aggression on top of each other. It's still not looking good for Moneyball. That's 2 for 1. You don't want to do that.
That was an aggression pancake. And Kino wants to smoke too. He's also in position here. E1D prepared and ready to descend down and scan. The Vigil's dead, so there's no one can just run around. I mean, again, you see this guy. Look at that thermite charge. You can't do that if there's a bandit up. If Luis is playing bandit instead of, I don't know what the Ella does for him. I'm not sure where there's
shield,
a lot of.
I'm assuming it brings a shield. That's probably maybe what they want.
I mean, it's like there's a lot of I guess entry points here, especially for how wide Moneyball seems to be playing. That I'm not sure if Ella does a lot for you. As Kino is going to lose a lot of health. No one holding the yellow stairs, interesting enough. There's a player out there, but no one actually holding it. And thermite charge finally going off. I mean, it was pre-placed for a good minute. Looked like, good lord. Finally gonna go off. And hard breach charge gonna go down in that circle hatch as well. That's a nice application of it.
Oh, Kino waiting for a chance to go for a flank. You open the hatch and maybe bait out, or at least point out they maybe jump up that hatch, which will cover, make the attention go towards the hatch for ARIAL Rise. Maybe Kino now go up a different hatch instead to really go for that flank. He's going to walk up a stairs spiral, wait for a good chance to pounce on these attackers who are trying to use that vertical pressure to advantage. But he needs to make it fast because Max already gets killed on Louise. He takes a lot more damage, and Kino down to about 25 HP. There's only 2 members left. Milano again on his own on site. This is where Kino probably needs to help out Max, or go for that flank that needs to happen right here, right now, before Milano gets taken out and pushed on, converged on by these attackers. He's looking left on the yellow stairs. Nope, never mind. Kino's dead. Whitlock takes him out, so now it's just a Milano and a 1v4. Shots come lying down, but Whitlock gets Milano as well, and ARIAL Rise take another attack.
I mean, way to go, Whitlock. He was Johnny on the spot with the trades on that roam clear, and he was the closer there at the end on the final 2 defenders. And yeah, I mean, it's like ARIAL is kind of, when they can get out of spawn and they actually get into the building, I feel like the difference in terms of the quality of the, I guess, thinking that's going on here is definitely showing through. So, I mean, question is, can ARIAL get out of spawn one more time and take this half decisively, or, are they going to die? I don't see anyone
saying. They kind of got to go back to that at this point. That's why Louise is probably bringing the dog.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is the first time in my life I've ever looked at the attacker spawns. They actually matter. No one's seemingly spawning police line. I think ARIAL, based off of that information, should be able to leave the spawn and enter the building, where they'll be able to put their how I say it, their team play to actual use.
Well, let us see what happens here. We'll be going down. Actually, going upstairs to. Actually, no, I thought it was console B, but they switched up to lobby and press. So one more time, lobby and press for our last round here in the defensive half of Moneyball. And an interesting choice up. We brought a Doc. We got Legion on the board. We're losing the Oryx. Oryx is being brought.
10 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Kino hasn't actually jumped up a hatch yet. I don't think so. He's probably realizing that now. It's he's not getting what he wanted, not getting what he paid for with Oryx. think you're gonna get a lot more of Lucy. And I mean, again, it has to be talked about. Moneyball is not touched, CEO, whatsoever. It's either lobby or basement. And Gunner is dead out of spawn. This is like the trillionth round someone has died out of spawn, and this time it's Gunner. He spawned on the east side even, and he still got spawn peaked. Tragically.
And what they need though, they needed to stop them from entering the building. That's how they've won every single time, is when they stop them entering the building. So at this point, I feel like Moneyball need to keep doing that. Just keep going for it.
And the C4
Got shot?
did not hit. I don't know what happened to it actually.
I think he got shot.
Yeah, I think so too, because can't imagine. But yeah, so I mean they're absolutely invested here on holding down admin. They're absolutely invested on running out and peeking things, and the round's over. No one entered the building. No one entered the building. I mean, what can I say?
That's
No
how
one
you win
entered-
for Moneyball. That's
no
how
one entered the
Moneyball
building.
wins on defense.
I mean-
just take every single fight before they even get in the building.
No one entered the building. That was the round. What a way to go. So I mean, ARIAL, I think they quite literally lost 3 attacks to not entering the building. I think that is a first. I've casted a lot of different things, events, leagues. I've never seen that one before.
That
It's so
is
blatant
definitely a
too.
first.
It's like when ARIAL gets in the building, they win. When ARIAL don't get in building, they lose. That was the first 6 rounds of this game. I can't imagine.
Monkey plays, man. That was the monkey plays.
So I mean, I guess the thing is now, I mean, all jokes aside, when we get into ARIAL defending, I'm not sure if that style is going to translate over from Moneyball. You can't just, I mean, surely you can't just run in, on this map and have success, right? You have to attack yourself. Yeah, I mean, how do they have, again, this is the question we've asked a lot throughout the series. Do they have the coordination? Do they have the team play required to take a map, to take a site rather? Like Split, we're seeing this Split site, and if Moneyball tries to just run in and plant or something, probably not gonna work. ARIAL's got this intricate setup. They're probably not gonna spawn peek or anything. It's just gonna be it's a total 360 in terms of style. As Jaeger is, I mean, Jaeger's the most popular defender in CCS. No surprise, everyone here is mostly under age of 20, and therefore has the reaction time required to play Jaeger. So of course he's played a lot.
Well, let's see here. We're going to Split site. We've got players upstairs like Gunner and Whitlock. Are they going to play aggressive like the side of Moneyball, or are they going to play it how they usually see from Rise, where they play structured and play with a setup? Because this is Split site, so it's not exactly easy to defend without a really good setup.
I mean, it looks like a good setup at least. Fish is having trouble droning out something as simple as admin, as Kool-Aid finds Keynote almost immediately. A C4 spawn peak. What is this? Oh, do the circle desk.
He was already, no, I think so. I think he was below the hatch inside of the closet, and he threw it into circle desk.
Wow. I mean, well played comes out. I don't know if that one's sarcastic. It probably is. Gunner's still holding here, and Fish can't get any information thanks to how well that pest has been placed. And ARIAL's playing, I mean, they're playing pretty much a split here, like almost like I want to say a 1-1-3. 3 in the basement, 1 in the floor, 1 above. You don't, or rather, yeah. Okay, there's 2 above.
2-1-2.
2-1-2. 2-1-2.
2-1-2.
2-1-2. And honestly, Moneyball's kind of only entered here through lobby circle, and they haven't really dented any of the defenders. Are just sitting pretty right now. So
yeah, with a minute and a half gone by, not much has been done except for Kino walking in and getting a C4 to the face. He sees one by, Dami runs by, he takes a lot of damage. They know Dami is upstairs in the waiting room. He actually looks like Dami might be right trying to re-peek it. So this is where at least now Moneyball has the information that at least there's one defender on the top floor, Dami by himself, but Whitlock coming from a flank. He takes out Louise. Actually, it wasn't a flank. He was just watching from all the way from Visa. He'll finish up one player by the benches, and Fish is walking through from the side of Garage, trying to walk to the big door, but he's being careful to see who's around him.
I mean, at this point, I heard Blackbeard's gun, don't peek type scenario. The Pulse probably going to call him out once he actually gets in range. Fish could find somebody lacking here, as Milano's actually pushed up with him. This could be what Moneyball needs. Oh, Milano pushing through, finding the pulse, and this is actually Archive's control established, at least for the time being. The Blackbeard at large, lighting up Whitlock as he screeches on by, and Milano and Fish, it's up to you two to try to save this round as Gomez is taken out elsewhere. Milano finding another one in Archives, but Gunner trading that immediately under the Blackbeard of Fish, and it's just Milano with no hit points and a lot to hope for, and unfortunately, hopes aren't enough to win rounds.
It was
Arial,
close though. That was close though.
Ariel recovered for sure. Because I'm thinking the pulse is, he's probably like, I'm up, died, they're pushing me. And you saw quickly like his teammates dropped down, which was really good. They rotated instantly to assist his, and to stop that crazy push. And that was a good save from Ariel, that's for sure.
It was close though, because the guys who dropped down that hatch in the corner by the vending machine both got smirked out while they're trying to push down and deal with both of those players pushing into Archives. It was the players like Gunner and Luis coming from behind that were able to get those kills. So really still really close though. Really good try from the side of Moneyball, but same point, it was kind of like, I'm not sure, it was like, it was a good push and it was almost like there's a secret push into Archives that almost worked out.
Almost. I mean, yeah,
if only they
it's
had more
just,
players with them, it might maybe the story.
I think that was the most building combat we've seen like in a minute.
Yeah, most times been just automatically just go.
I mean, someone's dying outside. I mean, someone's getting blown up outside. Someone's getting Maestro cammed outside. Finally, we see most of the engagements occurring in the building, which is always good to see. Now, Ariel's going to the basement again. They're bringing the electric claws, and there's no counter electric claws for the attack here. So, how does this dynamic play out? She can't just run in. I mean, surely Moneyball's not just going to run through the breach against Omai and Jaeger and shields and Maestro cameras. Surely, right? Surely not. Because
I wonder also, is Aerial Rise going to play aggressive at all? Are they going to try and control that, resist and control upstairs at all? Or are they going to just play, sit pretty on site?
Given that pipe shield, which protects you from, portals above, and the likelihood that if you do go above, I mean, you're pretty much limited to just you're not going to be able to use like the hatch angles, which are especially powerful. You're just going to be, well, I don't know. He hasn't actually electric clawed circle hatch, interestingly enough. I'm not sure what his plan is there.
Well, so far, Moneyball's already made the way into circle desk for the moment. I think there's nobody playing upstairs for the moment, though Dami is teasing the Visa stairs.
I mean, this is SEAL Team 6 right here, just pushed in. Congo line through the door, and they're just gonna drop into the basement, and Dami's waiting. Is he able to win a fight against the Blackbeard? No, he cracks the shield. Gunner taking damage as well, and I said Moneyball surely isn't just gonna run in, and that's exactly what they are doing.
Yeah, they've always taken control of this bottom, this hallway between sites now, so this is pretty big for the side of Moneyball. They take control of Archives, take control of the hallway. Can they get rid of the electric cloud, open them all up, or are they just gonna forego the garage entirely and just push in the kitchen? As you see Louis on these yellow stairs though, trying to see if anybody's gonna peek him. There's actually one play right there, right below by the garbage can. It'll be Gunner, but Gomez behind, getting Whitlock. There's still that doubt, that back take is happening in progress, working out, but it's 3-3 at the moment. The tides are even for the very moment as they make the way in. This is still kind of a situation, but at least Pice has been cleared, so there's no crossfire here. It's just gonna players inside a garage or players inside a small office or kitchen. That can be the ones they get fight with.
I guess the thing here is the Gunner, the absolute Terminator. He's very low on HP, and he's probably been found out now at this point. You can tell by the angle that Kino's holding. So Gunner is essentially a dead man walking. Question is he going to be able to actually get any more kills given his health? Is Moneyball going to actually concede a kill to him? The diffuser's actually down right next to Gunner as he walks right in front of the drone hole that Gomez is still holding. The diffuser's still not picked up. The push kind of rotated a little bit here now as Gomez is outside the garage, and there's a player holding the yellow stairs. But Kino's going to push up kind of unprovoked here, and all of a sudden, Moneyball unable, despite flitching the rotation, unable to get anything going, and it's just Gomez, and he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's outside the garage, he's yellow, he's dropping here into the electric room now, and he's potentially... No, I mean, Kool-Aid already knew he was doing that as well, so Gomez is going to have to hit a content clip here, and he isn't going to be able.
That was close though. That was an interesting different take from the side of Moneyball, going for Archives, pushing through the back way into kitchen or in small office, but they kind of took too long. At that point, allowed for Air Rise to understand turn around and play the angles right, especially because the one player you saw Luis go by himself to yellow stairs with the diffuser, and that kind of wasn't the greatest play as you had Kool-Aid or you had Gunner playing that Alda right below the garbage can inside a garage, taking the angle on yellow stairs and dealing with him.
And I guess we want to talk about it. Gunner is the first player to hit the half-century mark, 50 kills for the season. He's also up to 25 kills total in this series already, and there's still some rounds to go.
So some rounds to go, but we're 5-3, and seems like where Arrow Rise is starting to pull ahead, though, especially on their defense. And they've done 2 rounds. They've been close at least, though, but they're still going in the favor of Arrow Rise.
I mean, this is definitely a site where I'm thinking Moneyball's style could play into their favor. Lobby is a hard site to defend against craziness. So if you're defending this, Ariel is probably gonna have to match the ghetto that Moneyball is perpetrating here. Otherwise, it could be around that Moneyball's able to take it back a little bit. I mean, there's so many different weird things you can do on this site that's coming to mind to me right now that involve the basement, especially. Just like you can come up from 3 different staircases, it seems like. Because I don't think they're gonna be like down there. The defenders they're not looking like they're playing into the basement much in terms of their operator lineup.
Yeah.
Only Gunner with the C4, and it looks like he's gonna use it here probably.
So if you see Kino bringing the Jackal, we talked about Jackal before, but haven't brought it all by Arrow Rise, but already Moneyball is already walking through the building. We'll see if that Jackal works out. He's gonna walk right into Projector and peeking the waiting room door. He phased out no damage on the fish. He turns around and runs away from that engagement from Dami.
It's definitely straight out of rank what I'm witnessing from Fish. He's gonna lose his drone. His play is, unfortunately, he had bad timing. He probably would have killed the player connector if he was just second better on the timing. But unfortunately, Moneyball, I mean, that was looking like it was going to be a power play, a super power play, and it just the luck of the draw, I guess. That's what happens, I guess, when you play that style. Is we're seeing the rest of Ariel is kind of forfeited Projector, but the rest of the defenders are in positions to hold crossfires. Outside of that, you can't really push down the long desk or push through anywhere else without dealing with these other defenders. This Fish is just gonna flank Gunner, who is still lurched up in admin, interestingly enough.
And Gunner goes down early for his team. Will that be the death of Arrow Rises? But they still at least one more player, 2 more players upstairs. Luis takes a bit of damage. The walking down long desk will be Fish, and probably looks like Max can be the one trying to deal with that, playing that bathroom angle, and it'll be Dami. It's like jumping to the window is the ace of Luis. He actually wins that fight. Though Kino coming from these stairs will take that fight, and then he gets another on a Max. He only got 2. He drops on the hatch, looking for a third player in bathroom. The one who's going for. He gets no. It's Milano get the kill with lock actually, and Kino gets his 3rd kill round on the Kool-Aid, and Moneyball flawlessly take that attacking round.
Yeah, I was thinking that site was good luck with that. Good luck with how Moneyball's playing that one.
Yeah, that was quite the monkey plays from the side of Moneyball.
I guess the big thing is you gotta have to win. You're gonna have to pull around like that out on Archives and Tellers now. You know, lobby's kind of a giveaway, kind of a gimme. It's too much to watch sometimes. But a map like or a site, why do I keep saying map when I'm talking about a site? When a site like Archives Tellers, it's a lot harder to get away with that, as we saw before. So Moneyball's gonna have to either slow it down or really hit like the send of a century to potentially take this one and prevent it going to match point.
Interesting. So we're going to Archive Tellers, but they dropped the Pulse this time around. I guess maybe because they know they went for Archive, so maybe the Pulse, they expect for Moneyball to go for the kills rather than the plant, so Pulse is maybe useless.
Or maybe they're just really relying on the Maestro cameras instead, possibly. As, I mean, it's not like Moneyball's playing this traditionally to where you would need the Pulse. So maybe Kool-Aid thinks he needs a shotgun, because someone's inevitably going to try to run up on him on the hallway that he's playing before. And the UMP is not exactly fun to use in that context. I mean, we've seen Pulse shotguns on this site, but I mean, why not just play mute at that point? Force the team that's already not really playing off an intel game to further be starved of intel. That's what I'm thinking.
Could be see what happens here, yeah, because it would be interesting if Moneyball just forgoes that, go for a tactical or standard approach and go for a plant.
I mean, I don't think so. I think we're gonna see a yellow door rush. Actually,
Oh yeah.
He's
Ready
just
to
gonna
garage
run.
and go for archives again, because last time archives worked pretty well, or worked better than before at least. Oh, never mind.
He's running right up yellow stairs into a pest, into a mute jammer, into a banshee. Unfortunately, Ariel foresaw this one coming. Dami absolutely murders Fish, and he was the spearhead there. He was charged up and flying through the building, but unfortunately for him, that banshee was designed for his antics. And again, Moneyball's searching for answers here after a rapid push.
Yeah, it almost seemed like at that point, Moneyball ran right into the utility of Aerial Rise. They were understanding exactly what monkey plays would come up from Moneyball. So now at this point, they have to rotate, figure what they're going to do. Domi leads his push back from that CEO push, and the Gunner with a great shot into Gomez, though. So again, they know where they're coming from. They're coming from yellow stairs and from, oh, what spiral stairs. Kino, great shots. Kino's been popping out for the last few rounds. They'll take out Gunner, but now he's low on HP, and still looking really good for Aerial Rise, even though Gunner's now gone.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to come down to who has better headphones, because we see Kino and Milano are going for, yet again, another kind of improvised push. The Jackal Ping going to help him out there, but unfortunately, his hit points are so low that Dami's able to snag his second. It's just Luis and Milano now. Luis has had himself a quiet consulate after having such a great map on Clubhouse. They're going to have to work the 2v4 of a century, but I think we saw that before from Ariel. It's possible. It is possible. This is winnable. Milano's gonna crouch walk through this little rotate here, pre-provided, but it looks like, again, the headphones are on for Kool-Aid. He seems to be aware of this. I think Kool-Aid, do you know he's right there on your peripherals? Apparently it doesn't matter because Dami's watching it anyway, and it's just Luis now, who unfortunately is only found one player in 10 rounds. Aerial Rise on match point. And they're probably going to have a site that they really like coming up as well.
Yeah, it's surprising after that first push. So Fish pushing up yellow stairs, an aggressive take, something you don't usually see from an aggressive team like Moneyball. But they were right into the utility because it seems as though Aerial Rise had understood, hey, they're going to probably push upstairs. So let's put a Banshee right on that counter on that upstairs on that desk. So right before then, that Dami peeks out, kills Fish. Gomez still pushes up, they loses out to Gunner. Gunner does die though to Kino, pushing up spiral stairs, but even then, it's still quite a loss already for Moneyball at that point. They try to rotate, take control of downstairs, and go for a basement control push all the way into servers. Still though, not a lot you can do in that situation, so they still lose those fights out. And it's Moneyball who now down 2 rounds. It's Aerial Rise on match point. They need 2 rounds for Moneyball to go to overtime.
And it's going to be 2 rounds that are probably going to come on,
Attackers need to locate
at least one of these rounds are going to come on a strong site. This is probably the, Aerial Rise knows this. They're probably going to have to win basement here at least once the next 2 tries. And that's going to be it. If they don't win it and they struggle, I don't know. I'm thinking they've got 2 tries here to win the basement. Considering how Moneyball, the interesting way they took it, just dropping down into the electrical room from the Visa hallway. Can't imagine Aerial Rise is, perplexed at what they need to do to win this game. I'm thinking Moneyball is probably the ones that are coming up with something. We're seeing the glass. This is funny because when people were talking about how they were dominating their way through qualifiers, a lot of people were talking about how they were just running glass and just kind of running it. They're playing their Moneyball style, but with glass. So, I mean, that might be a wrinkle that is needed here for victory.
Yeah, it's interesting that the changing roles as well. So it seems like Lewis is playing some of the flex fragger leads, but now he's back in a hard breach. We have Gomez now on the flex. So they've changed the roles, and Kino now bringing out where Ash brought out Jackal, now bringing out Glass. If they get this wall open and maybe go for a smoke plant with the Glass, it could work out. But again, they have to deal with this since Thatcher isn't available.
And it's one explosive already expunged on nothing. I believe that was actually, what the heck happened? It was wasn't a grenade, and it wasn't an impact.
It was Fish's breaches. Recharge.
Fish just walked in? Above?
No, he shot it through the...
I'm stupid, Ash. Excuse me. I'm not smart. But it did, either way, it didn't work.
No,
so, I mean, they're going to have to find some way to get rid of this. Just going to run in and Ash charge it. Does that do the trick? No. So it's 2 Ash charges gone.
I don't know what he hit even.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 2 bubbles, shields, 2 shields, 2 bubbles, and a smoke who's probably just chilling. Like, yeah, they're gonna send it any second. So I mean, I don't know what in the world Moneyball has in mind, Max is holding down the vault over these stairs, and they still haven't found this electric ball, by the way. Even though
Well, the big thing too is the fact that Dami
Domi's
gets 2
murdering
though.
them.
Dami on a flank, he'll take 2. It's a 3 actually. Dami on the flank from stairs, but he'll finally get taken out. It's a GG. Some Kino is now down to just Fish and Louise in a 2v4. At this point though, that's surprising that Arrow Rise, they weren't really playing upstairs, but it seems like, you know, the side of Moneyball thought they had to really go for a yellow stairs take and not push upstairs before they could really do it. I don't know what exactly the plan was, but now it's Louise and Fish. What is the plan now? Are they gonna go for a back take now and walk through from kitchen, or are they gonna go just push yellow stairs and end it here?
I think that's a tilt call right there, because that's just not rational thinking. The glass got put in. You've been running Jackal this whole time. You've been running Jackal this whole time, and then one time it makes sense to run Jackal clear and get the stuff out the wall. They just did not do it. I mean, I think ultimately the thing that did Moneyball in here was just the lack of I mean, really, let's be real, any sort of like actual deep strategy. It's just kind of hoping for the best. Kind of did them in, and now Louise is just going to hopefully get more than 1 for this map, hopefully, as he's sitting on the toilet with 20 seconds left.
He's thinking. He's taking the time to think on the toilet about his future plans and competitive siege.
I mean, you know, sometimes you sit on the toilet and
10 seconds to go.
that's where you really have some inspirational thoughts. That's what Louise is doing,
5
sitting on the
seconds to go.
toilet, and that's it. GG. Yawn, says Max.
You are out of time.
And you're right, yawn. Louise finishes with 1 kill. Didn't even get the extra kill. Didn't even play for the CCG, and ARIAL Rise. And I mean, do we call it surprising? A 2-0.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I was hoping it'd be closer, considering how well, you know, the first map went between the two teams. But the Moneyball, great chance though. They still put a great